I would like to see you virtually, like virtual lang, no? Encourage also your classmates to join this session para din meron silang matutunan kasi klase naman talaga natin yung ganitong oras, di ba? So expectedly, they should be here. And regardless of their reason, they should be here. Okay? So again, good morning everyone. Welcome to week 6, 7. Week 7 na tayo ngayon, no? So so reminders lang, no? Reminders lang. Let me share my screen. Reminders lang. So course natin. Ayan. So we are already in no lesson natin ngayon, clinical interviewing. Try nating simulan si intellectual interviewing. So, you can see here the lessons. Nasa clinical interviewing part na tayo. And expectedly, you should be able to finish the week 6 formative quiz. And for this week, kailangan tapos na kayo sa week 7 formative quiz. So, may dalawang quiz tayo na kailangan yung tapusin sa module 2. So, meron din tayong mental status examination. So, this is just like a guide on how you can conduct MSE, no? So, ginagamit to sa clinical practice. Lalo na sa assessment, kahit na sa consultations, no, ginagamit siya before therapy, ginagamit din si MSE. Okay? So, next dyan, we have contents. Ay, quiz na pala siya. Hindi ko pwede reveal ang quiz. Okay. So, overview, ayan, no? May about psychological assessment. Kasi nga, focus na siya into psychological assessment. Yan, okay. Yan, so interviewing and observation. Ayan, dito rin siya. Self-monitoring, assessment, intellectual and cognitive measures. Ayan, so. Okay. Yan, self-report. So marami kayong matututunan dito, mga lecture notes siya, mga lecture notes. L scale, S scale, Lie scale. Okay, ayan. Rorschach ink block, projective, up until sa mga standardized test, no? Nandito siya lahat. Okay, and so much. Rorschach ink blot, MSE, ayan. So nandyan siya. Okay, okay. Okay. Before we start, are there any questions regarding our previous na mga lessons, previous natin na mga sessions? Baka may mga questions kayo. Now it's the time for you to direct your questions. Okay, so today is a great day because can you type in something that you could think of? I got this from a musical. Every day you ask yourself, today is a great day because pwede nyo bang i-type dito sa akin something that you could think of why this day is a good day? Ayan. Ano lang, initial activity lang natin. So para lang siyang check-in. Today is a good day because, bakit? Bakit good day tayo today? Kasi walang bagyo. Sige, encourage ko kayo, Lance, no? Bless, Ryan. The sun is shining today. Yes, that is right. Sige, today is a good day because what can you think? Bakit magandang araw ngayong araw na ito? Because I woke up early. Yan, sana all. I woke up early. I woke up late kasi bumabawi ako ng tulog. Woke up early, ate good food, and drank some matcha. Ooh, I love matcha, no? Yan. My brother is selling matcha pala. So, yan. Sarap yung matcha ng kapatid ko. Today, because I did not get sick. Yeah, this is something that we should be thankful for. Health, no? Hindi masyado siya binibigyan ng pansin. Napapansin ko yung health natin. Taken for granted. Ika nga. Thank you because I have a bed as my comfort. Okay. Good. For me, today is a good day kasi ganda yung aircon. May aircon ako. Tsaka may TV ako, ano, para matulog. Thank you for your answers, guys. So, without further much, sabi pa ni Marjorie, today is a good day because I showed up. Okay, this is something that kailangan natin from time to time. As we grow old, regardless we like it or not, hindi natin feel may mga pinagdadaanan tayo sa buhay. Kailangan talaga natin mag-show up, no? Kahit may problem tayo, di ba? Ganyan. Or meron tayong health reasons or whatnot, we show up. And that is discipline. Okay. So, start na tayo, no? Thank you for your answers. Now, without further ado, let me check, no? Multitask si sir. Ang daming mga trabaho. Kailangan natin kumita ng pera. Wait lang. Magkano bill ninyo? Mahal ng bill namin, 8,000 monthly. Ang binabayaran ng bill namin. Ang mahal, no? Diyos ko, mahal ng kuryente, mahal ng tubig, mahal ng internet, lahat mahal. Diyos ko, wait lang. Saan ako? Mahal talaga lahat, no? Wala nang mura sa mundong ito. Uh, 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 Here tayo sa clinical interviewing. Nahihinay lang tayo. Said, I had to answer this student. Kulit. Yan para sa corner, not sure the term. Kung kunyari po ang nakuhang CVIP is too below, may nakalagay po ba na not valid or revision? CVI is too below. Valid na siya lahat. Ang items. Ayan. Kami nagpapatulong sa research, no? So, just ko. Meron akong ano ba, may share lang ako. Merong sa taga MCL, Mapua Malian Colleges, Laguna. Kinuha nila ako sa clinical psychology din nila na course. So college din sila. So in-interview nila ako. Project nila yon. So summative assessment din nila yung mag-interview ng isang psych professional. So ganun din yung gagawin ninyo na assessment ha. So yun ang ginawa nung MMCL. Nag-interview sila. Someone from the field. Clinical psych din yung course nila. Okay. So clinical interviewing is the most essential. Okay. And core skill of every clinician, this is more foundational than testing or therapy. True. Kasi dito naman talaga nagsa-start lahat. Kumbaga, assessment, therapy, may clinical interviewing na ginagawa. So ito yung parang foundation. Essential core skill. Core skill talaga siya. Kasi yung pakikipag-usap sa tao, kailangan natin din kausapin, hindi lang siya transactional. So, therapy assessment, we are performing interviewing. So, what is a clinical interview? Bless, can you read the first part? A clinical interview is used to... Yeah. Sige, sino bang pwede magbasa? Blessa, can you read the first part?
A clinical interview is a professional conversation with structure and purpose used to first understand presenting concerns, establish rapport, gather relevant history, evaluate mental status, form a diagnostic impression, plan treatment. So according to Pomeranz, the clinical interview is the primary portal into the client's internal world.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So understand presenting concerns. You're establishing rapport with your client para mag-open up siya sa'yo, no? Tapos gather relevant history. Yeah. Nagagather ka ng mga mahalagang information about that person, what happened to her, to him. Evaluate the mental status. Nakakapag-isip pa ba ng diretso o rational yung person na to, or may mga psychopathological signs na, no? And form a diagnostic impression. Kaya nga ang sabi ko sa inyo, clinical impression, diagnostic impression, yun yung sinasabi nating una pa nating preliminary na sinasabi, hindi tayo nagre-rely agad into a diagnosis and treatment plan, of course. So with this, with the interview that we conduct, dito natin nagkakaroon tayo ng wider or ng mas nagkakaroon tayo ng information about our client, no? And with that, we're able to formulate, no? Kung ano yung magiging treatment natin, anong approach. Siyempre yung language, no? Ile-level natin yung language din depende kay client. So, it's a primary portal into the client's internal world. Kasi nga, pumapasok tayo kay client. Hindi lahat ng kliyente pare-parehas. Minsan kailangan nating mag-adjust sa client natin, which makes our work quite challenging, but of course, fun in the same way. Syempre, kung Bisaya si client, should you speak in English with the client dire-diretso? So, mo level jud ka kay client, no? Depende po sa background ni client. So, that is clinical interviewing. We are trying to enter the client's world, no? Kay patient. Intake interview, we establish reason for referral, I mean, reason for referral, no? Reason. Next is identify symptoms and duration. Ang reason for referral is bakit siya nag-undergo ng testing or bakit kanya kailangang i-meet, no? Yun yung reason for referral. So, sa assessment, nilalagay si referral question or reason of referral. So, para bang pumunta siya sa'yo, for what reason? Okay? So, example of reason for referral is ito. Yan. Ipakita ko lang sa inyo, in every psych report na ginagawa ko, meron talagang reason for referral. Okay, example ko lang. This one. So, if you can see the screen here. So, there is also that reason of referral always nakalagay dyan. Yan, Mrs. Grace Reyes is not existing actually. A 57-year-old came to the psychologist together with her husband to undergo a psych evaluation as the requirements to legally adopt a child as required by the Regional Alternative Childcare Office and National Alternative Childcare Office. Not necessarily legal, pwede rin personal yung reason. So, yun yung reason bakit niya kailangan mag-undergo ng psych assessment. Okay? You got the point? So part is the clinical interviewing in every psych report. Talagang may clinical interviewing. Well, how you can formulate the clinical interviewing, it really depends. But iba yung style ko compared to other clinicians. Mas nandun ako sa personal, relationship, purpose nila, ability, aspirations. Up until makuha ko yung picture, description ni client, at ma-answer ko, of course, si reason for referral or referral question ang tawag dyan. Okay? So, mahalagang aspect sa clinical interview. Malakas or malaki yung aspect ni clinical and interview, pati na rin si mini mental status examination, which is partly a clinical interview. Okay. You got the point? So, baka may questions kayo about that. Let me may questions kayo, ano? Ayan. So we have intake, interview, establish the reason for referral, bakit ka kailangan yun, no? Bakit ka kailangan mag-undergo nito? Identify symptoms and duration. Yes, let's say depression, gano'n nakatagal. Determine whether the clinician or agency is appropriate and it can be used for diagnostic purposes, semi-structured or unstructured siya. Okay? So ito yung format ng diagnostic interview. We have SCED and mini. Yan. And pwede rin semi-structured. Yung akin, semi-structured yon kasi ako lang yung gumagawa. Pero of course, may format akong fina-follow. Or unstructured. No, yan. Depende sa inyo. Types of clinical interviews. Part of interviews is the mini-mental or the mental status examination. Well, mahaba ito, but it discovers the appearance, the behavior, orientation, mood, affect, thought processes, cognition, insight, and judgment. Ayan. So, ito yung cover ni clinical interview, no, sa mental status examination. But I use this. This is the mini mental status examination. Ito yung ginagamit ko sa lahat ng mga kliyente at mga pasyente ko. Yeah. So we have the following cognitive faculties or mental faculties. Okay. Pwede makuha din parang interpretation po niya parang katulad po nito. Okay. Okay, sige. Gawin ko later. Ayan. Cronbach alpha. Okay. Sige, iyan. So we have here orientation, registration, attention and calculation, recall, language, close. Ito naman, this is our, para siyang ano yan, demonstration or commands, no? And visuospatial, ito, mga bagay na yan, no? So, yun yung mga faculties na mini-measure ng mini-mental status examinations. Mabilis to, no? Less than 5 minutes, kaya na siyang matapos. Kaya siya mas ginagamit sa mga clinics and centers. And I noticed, kahit sa iba naman, ito yung ginagamit nila. Kasi mas mabilis siya compared to the mental status examination. Types of clinical interviews by Pomeranz. Ito naman, for crisis interview, lalo na kapag may suicidal risk, no? Severe panic, psychosis, violent risk, disaster or trauma exposure, case history, anamnesis and interview, comprehensive exploration of developmental, psychosocial, and family history. And it can also be used for special cases, especially if you're creating a psychological profile. Do you know what is a psychological profile? Psychological profile. Yan. This is a psychological profile. A psychological profile is a very comprehensive, intensive, no? It's a very intensive form of report that you do. So when I was studying in grad school, pinapagawa kami ng psychological profile. So sobrang taas niya kasi para bang complete psychological description ni patient yung ginagawa mo. So, marami kang nilalagay dito na assessment tools. We have test, we have checklist, ganyan, no? So, in-request yung psychological profile, lalo na kapag bigatin yung case. Example, annulment, ganyan. Mga ganong cases, no? Sa family court, ganyan. So, masyado siyang ginagamit. Ito yung example ng mental status examination report. So let's say appearance. Yan, part siya ng psychological profile. You can see may appearance, meron ding behavior, meron din tayong speech, mood and affect, perception. Ayan. Yan. So meron ding current psychoactive medication. This is Ritalin. Gumagamit siya ng Ritalin. Iniinom niya yung Ritalin kasi the case is ADHD. So, example po ito. Si Kyle Chandler is non-existent, no, by the way. Ayan. So, other forms, yeah, the checklist, ADHD checklist, ginagamit din siya. So, gumagawa ka ng complete assessment. Meron din tayong pediatric symptom checklist, kasi bata, no? Then, meron tayong psychological report. Doon na tayo, gumagawa na tayo ng interpretation based doon sa tool na ginamit natin with the findings, moderate level of severity with given with the presenting symptoms of the patient. So, mas natutunan ko magsulat ng psych report yung nag-aaral ako ng masters, no? Kasi talagang intensive yung requirement na ginagawa namin. So, yan. So, meron din tayong ginagawang short-term and long-term treatment plan. So, 5 years old, ganyan, no? The short-term goal is to help the patient Kyle to slowly manage. By the way, Kyle is actually a case na nasa YouTube. YouTube siya, no? Actually, meron kasi mga cases sa YouTube. Tapos, ang requirement sa amin ng aming professor is pinapagawa kami ng yung assessment, no? Or ina-assess namin. So, for a long-term treatment plan, yan should regularly take the medications, Adderall or Ritalin, prescribed by a psychiatrist, and should seek medical checkup as per advised by medical practitioners. Yan. So, behavior therapy naman dito, no? For children, set specific goals, provide rewards and consequences. Yan, keep using rewards and consequences. Imagine anong year to? Tagal na to, no? Ayan. So makikita nyo dito, merong diagnostic criteria at some part. Ito naman, class, no? Sa DSM to, no, diagnostic criteria siya for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder with a code, and you can see here the diagnostic criteria, and titignan natin if nagma-match. Have matched 2 out of 2 criteria. Di ba yung sabi ko sa inyo, yung preliminary diagnosed symptoms or yung core symptoms, inattention, tapos meron din tayong hyperactivity and impulsivity nandyan. So, yeah. So, red, kung hindi siya nagma-manifest or not directly illustrated in the case, kasi documentary film kasi yun eh. Then, blue naman, if nag-match or nakikita natin. So, yung format, depende yan sa inyo, no? Depende yan sa inyo. So, nagma-match siya. Ayan. So, ito yung ginagawa natin, no? Yung ginagawa natin na writing. Ayan. Okay. So, yun, psych report yan. So, ito naman, integration na siya. Lahat-lahat ng mga in-undergo ni patient. Ayan. So, yun lang ay isang example, no? Ayan. So, core principles ng ating effective interviewing is report building, warmth, acceptance, empathy, non-judgmental stance, attending behavior, eye contact or posture, communication techniques like using open-ended questions, clarification, reflection, summarization, and minimal encouragers. Para lang siyang therapy din at the same time kasi gumagamit tayo ng mga open-ended mga communication techniques or counseling techniques. Cultural sensitivity, understanding their norms, values, and language, especially the language part, and addressing communication styles like high context versus low context, and of course, clinical eye or clinical judgment. This is balancing empathy with analytical thinking. And hypothesis testing, ito naman if totoo yung iniisip mo ni case ni client or hindi, no? And observational accuracy. Talaga bang accurate yung tingin mo na manifestations, yung observations mo kay client, or perhaps mannerism lang ngayon. So, pag nag-interview tayo, hindi lang tayo tumitingin dun sa words. We also see the non-verbal ng mga stance, let's say nervousness. Nire-report mo rin kung paano siya magsalita, ano yung language na ginagamit niya, ganun. So, yeah, that could be part also of clinical interviewing. Masyadong nagiging mahirap at some point or nagiging draining paminsan. But for me personally, when you interview, very relational siya eh, no? You have to be warmth friendly at the same time. Because hindi sila mag-open up kung hindi ka naman warmth and friendly or open to them. 'Di ba? So, ito yung mga core principles. Report, communication techniques, cultural sensitivity, and clinical judgment. So, kahit na naman na let's say nakaka-relate ka, so hindi ka dapat magpakita ng any bias, kailangan objective ka pa rin, no? Kay client. Gets? So, have questions? Baka may questions kayo, no? Kada CVI score na pwedeng nakuha ng participation parang katulad nito. Pwede. Baka may questions kayo, no? Okay. Proceeding tayo dito. Interviewer skills broadly supported across authors. So ito naman, based on Pomeranz, check ko lang if naririnig ba ninyo ako. Ayan, so based on the book, empathy is the strongest predictor of treatment success. Take note, empathy. Interviewers must regulate their own biases. You should be objective, no? Genuine interest enhances clients' disclosure. Kung yung bang parang gusto mo talaga silang tulungan, yung makikita nila sa iyo yun eh, yung genuineness mo, na gusto mo silang tulungan. You're not doing it because bayad ka. Gets mo? May interest ka na gusto mo siyang and gusto mo siyang tulungan. For me, if ganun yung purpose or yung ganun yung mindset mo kapag nagpa-practice ka, mas tatagal ka kasi it's not just about the money, no? It's also about helping others then in their journey of becoming well. Okay? Awareness of ethnic and cultural communication differences. So aware ka or mindful ka dun sa customs nila, hindi ka nag-i-indict ng cultural belief or worldview, no? Kasi sila yung spotlight, ha? Kapag nag-i-interview ka, hindi ikaw ang bida, hindi ikaw mag-share. Okay? I hope that's clear. If you're doing clinical interview, hindi ikaw yung bida, sila yung spotlight. So you encourage them to speak more, to share more. Ganoon ako sa client ko. Ni-encourage ko sila parang magsalita pa talaga, mas mag-share pa. Hindi yung parang, okay lang. Ganoon yung mga clients ko, nakakainis. Okay lang. So, kamusta yung life mo ngayon? Okay lang. Ganun lang yung term yung sinasabi nila. Okay lang. So, naiinis ako whenever, every time they will say, okay lang. Kasi mas gusto kong malaman, bakit okay lang? Yun yung isang pet peeve ko, no? Sa clinical interview. Avoiding microaggressions, and syempre pag medyo naiinis ka na, huwag kang mapakita rin ng parang naiinis ka sa kanila talaga, no? Respect for spiritual and familial framework. So kahit na iba yung values nila, yung religion or yung spiritual belief nila sa iyo, respeto mo pa rin sila, no? Marami akong clients din na ganyan, no? Iba-iba yung mga pinaniniwalaan. Some clients are very religious talaga. And always there is a correlation of faith and seeking for guidance from above in their mental health. And I will not judge them for that, no? And let's go to the Philippine specific considerations in interviewing. We have communication styles, cultural communication styles. Filipinos often avoid direct confrontation, like mahinahon or mahinhin. Kaya silang sabi, okay lang po, ganyan. No? Hindi sila yung very direct. Which is sometimes nahihirapan ako napasukin yung internal life, yung buhay talaga nila, no? Yung ano nila, world nila. Indirect communication requires interviewer sensitivity. Baka maka-offend ka. Pero part naman din talaga, ano naman talaga ako, nagbibigay ako ng briefing na mag-a-ask po ako about your life, sir, ma'am, ha? Iaano ko talaga yung buhay mo, ganyan. So, yun, no? Part yun. And concepts like hiya, that impacts disclosure, pakikiramdam, sensing others' feelings, which can build trust, and kapwa, or yung shared identity, kapwa, relational connection. So, very Filipino psychology ito. So, may hiya minsan yung mga Filipino clients kasi nga ayaw nila na matag as yung yung mga shameful parts ng pagkatao nila, no? Hindi sila very direct ba? Unlike Western or foreigners, very direct sila sa buhay nila. And pakikiramdam ito, no? Kailangan mo muna silang pakiramdaman. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-feeling close agad. Which will eventually allow them to trust you. So yung nagka-counseling ako, no, ng isang client din, meron siyang mga hindi pa kayang i-share sa akin, no? Sabi niya, sir, next session na lang po natin, sir, ha, ganyan. So, I respect that kasi may hiya pa eh, no? May nakikiramdam pa rin siya kung kaya niya kung pagkatiwalaan o hindi. Yun. So, those are realities of of how you do it sa culture natin. Yan, other forms of considerations, a presence of the family. Families often accompany clients and may attempt to speak for them, so clinicians balance respect with boundaries, and faith becomes a scoping. So religious meaning making is common, and clinicians must incorporate this respectively. And we have legal and ethical context. So mandatory reporting laws influence interviewing, especially with minors. So ayan, so yung law talaga dyan is kailangan may consent yung mga minors. And the presence of families na accompany clients, yun talaga, no? Minsan nahihiya. Kaya ginagawa ko, yung nag-counseling ako last week with a family, nung bata na may mga self-harming tendencies, marami talaga siyang cuts dito, class, tapos naka-long sleeve siya, no? Nakakaawa nga eh. So, minsan hindi sila comfortable to share kapag may presence yung parents. So, pinapalabas ko muna yung parents, tapos kung ready na, kung okay na kami, dun ko na i-integrate kasama na yung mga magulang, and ganon. Dapat may boundaries pa rin kung ano yung kaya lang i-share ni client mo. And just like what I said, faith becomes a coping. Hindi na natin mawawala yan. Part na yan ng kultura natin. But of course, I encourage na hindi naman din sa wala tayong faith kapag nakikipag-usap tayo sa mga psychologist or sa mga mental health practitioners. But iba rin kasi yung objectively, fini-face mo, you're sitting in with your problem, no? Ganon, and processing it, not just relying and giving it sa above, no? Yan. So, meron din kasing, there's healing with that as well, no? If you're facing that truth about that reality. Okay, so yan, may loss tayo sa minors, ha? So, report talaga natin dun sa caretaker talaga niya. But of course, if meron kayong kasunduan, no, na hindi, well, ang sa akin lang, let's say, si minor, nag-share about sa love life niya, or ganito, your loyalty must also be with a client. Hindi mo i-share yun sa magulang niya. But, if there is danger already, you sense danger, self-harming tendencies, you should tell it to the caretaker or with the guardian or the parent, because that guardian or parent, siya yung kasama niya palagi. So, they can protect her if anything can happen. At least, na-report mo siya. Sige, you have questions? So, do you have questions? May questions kayo, no? Hiya lang kayo. Tingnan natin sa chat box baka may questions kayo, no? Now is the time. Baka may questions kayo, mga curiosity ninyo ba, ganyan. So, paano talaga siya ginagawa? So, uh, okay. Baka may questions kayo, no? Wala? Sure na talaga? Ayan. Kahit lang, basahin natin ang questions natin for today. None. So, walang tanong, no? Sige. Babalik tayo ng 11:25. Water break lang ako, tapos proceed na tayo sa next lesson natin, which is, dito na tayo sa cognitive and intelligence assessment. Diba? At least, naka 2 lessons tayo for today's video. So, let's get back at 11:25. Sige. Mm.
Speak what's in my soul. I'd ask for all the hate to be swept away, for love to overflow. If I've only known to go, my heart out on the street.